It's the thing you get asked most. How did you get your break in the media industry? I don't know whether there's such a thing as a lucky break unless your dad owns a newspaper or you win the lottery. But I knew I wanted to be a journalist when I was a kid, and I hated school. I just liked English. So when I got to 16, I left and I was on a YTP scheme at a local newspaper. And I put myself in the position to catch the break when it was there because I worked 5 days a week at the newspaper. I never phoned in sick. No matter how late I stayed up or I was out boozing with my mates or going to clubs, I always turned up. And then when I finished at the newspaper, I went and worked at McDonald's to make my money to pay my rent in the flat with my mate. So I always worked really, really hard. And then one day, I was covering a double-page spread for the newspaper in Queen's University's graduations. Typical thing to send a trainee journalist to. 2 pages, you just have to write 50 words. So the photographer would take the picture. I would write down the names of the people for the caption. And it was we were sitting at the back of the hall for the graduation, and there was no national anthem. And I always assumed they played the national anthem at the university graduation. So when I went back to write this up, I said to the guy beside me, I was like 16, and I went, yeah, there was no national anthem, by the way. And he was like, what? So they ditched the national anthem from Queen's University. So it went from a stupid spread to the front page and the headline under the Queen faces the axe. And so I got a front page byline at 16. Once you get printed as a print journalist, you've been printed, you don't need a CV anymore. You start to get better stories and you start to send you out in stories. So by the time I got the 17 and a half, I was covering more serious news stories, and then I did a period of time in the sports desk, and then I became their music correspondent, which led me into working in music in Northern Ireland, which led me to Radio 1. So I always say, like, give yourself the best opportunity to get a break. Make sure you're around enough that if it's there to be caught, catch it.